Philadelphia Eagles fans, buckle up because this weekend's matchup against the Washington Commanders is shaping up to be one of the most important games of the season. After a season filled with ups and downs, injuries, and moments that tested the resolve of this team, the Eagles have started to show flashes of the kind of football that can carry them deep into the postseason. There is no denying the excitement surrounding this squad, especially after back-to-back performances that have given fans reason to believe that this offense is hitting its stride at exactly the right time. After a frustrating stretch that left the team searching for answers, Jalen Hurts has returned from his minor ankle scare, and the offense looks sharp, dynamic, and ready to take control of the NFC East. With the playoffs looming just around the corner, every game carries weight, and a victory on Saturday could not only secure a divisional title, but also set the tone for a potential deep playoff run. The Eagles' ability to peak late in the season has been a key talking point, and if the momentum from their recent 31-point rout of the Raiders can carry over, it would give Philadelphia a serious edge heading into the postseason. The Washington Commanders, on the other hand, find themselves in a completely different scenario. Already eliminated from playoff contention, this team has faced a slew of setbacks, including the early season injury struggles of their quarterback, Jayden Daniels. Daniels' absence for the remainder of the season has forced Marcus Mariota, a former Heisman Trophy winner and familiar face to Eagles fans, to step under center. While the Commanders may not have playoff aspirations this year, they're far from a team to be taken lightly. Under the guidance of head coach Dan Quinn, they continue to play hard, fight for every yard, and test opposing defenses. In many ways, this is a team that refuses to quit, and that makes Saturday's matchup a critical one for Philadelphia. The Eagles cannot afford to underestimate the Commanders, even with all the momentum on their side. Every aspect of this game matters, from executing offensively to containing Washington's improved running game. And the Eagles will need to bring their best performance if they want to maintain control of the NFC East. In terms of personnel, the Eagles enter this game with an almost fully healthy roster, a critical factor as they aim to build consistency and confidence heading into the postseason. Jalen Hurts is ready to lead the team once again, demonstrating his ability to recover from the awkward ankle tackle he suffered against the Raiders and immediately returning to practice without lingering issues. Saquon Barkley, having recovered from his earlier setbacks, will be ready to carry the load on the ground, providing balance to the Eagles' offensive attack. The team's offensive line has been steady, and the combination of skill players, tight ends, and wide receivers has given Hurts the weapons necessary to execute a multifaceted attack. On the defensive side, Vic Fangio has continued to mold a unit that is disciplined, aggressive, and increasingly difficult for opposing quarterbacks to navigate. With multiple players stepping up in key moments this season, the defense has the potential to create turnovers, apply consistent pressure, and set the tone for a game where the Eagles can dictate the pace. The stakes in the NFC East have not been this high in decades. The division has not seen a repeat winner since 2004, and Philadelphia is in prime position to end that drought. A victory over Washington on Saturday, combined with the right outcome in the Cowboys game, could cement the Eagles' status as back-to-back division champions. This historical context adds another layer of significance to the matchup, and fans are understandably excited about the opportunity to see their team achieve something that has eluded the division for 20 years. Beyond the record books, this game is a test of the team's resilience, preparation, and ability to perform under pressure. Each player understands that their performance could have lasting implications, not just for the playoffs, but for the culture and identity of the team moving forward. When breaking down the matchups, the Eagles' offense must continue to ride the momentum established in recent games. Hurts has been sharp, decisive, and dynamic, utilizing his legs as much as his arm to create explosive plays. The balance between the passing game and the running game is crucial, and Philadelphia has shown the ability to adjust their scheme week to week, exploiting defensive weaknesses while maintaining a cohesive offensive identity. Creativity and modern-day play calling have been a hallmark of this Eagles squad, and that adaptability will be tested against a Washington defense looking to challenge their rhythm. On the other side of the ball, the Eagles' pass rush faces an improved Commanders' offensive line, which has limited pressures and controlled opposing passers more effectively than last season. This will be a true test of Philadelphia's ability to penetrate the pocket, generate disruption, and force mistakes without sacrificing gap discipline against a quarterback capable of extending plays with his legs. Defensively, the Eagles have several key matchups to monitor closely. Quinton Mitchell, one of the league's top cornerbacks, is tasked with shadowing Washington's top receiving threats, while Cooper Dean will be called upon to contain dynamic playmakers who can change a game in a single moment. Stopping the Commanders' running game is equally vital, as Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt has emerged as a consistent and explosive presence on the ground. If the Eagles fail to contain the run, Washington could control the clock and keep Philadelphia's offensive unit off the field, disrupting the flow and rhythm that has been so carefully cultivated over recent weeks. Discipline, anticipation, and communication among the Eagles' defensive fronts will be crucial to neutralizing these threats and ensuring that the team maintains command of the game from start to finish. Beyond the technical analysis, there's a broader narrative at play. This Eagles team has battled through adversity, injuries, and inconsistent performances throughout the season, yet they continue to position themselves as one of the NFC's most formidable squads. The leadership of Jalen Hurts, the coaching adjustments by Nick Sirianni, and the performances of both the offensive and defensive units have converged at the perfect moment, creating a sense of anticipation, excitement, and hope among the fan base. Each game, each drive, and each snap carries significance, not just for playoff seeding, but for the identity of this Eagles team and their quest to peak when it matters most. As Saturday approaches, the question on every fan's mind is whether Philadelphia can sustain this momentum and secure a divisional title. The team has shown glimpses of brilliance, both in execution and strategy, and the pieces are in place for a performance that could resonate throughout the postseason. The Eagles have the offensive firepower, the defensive discipline, and the leadership necessary to navigate a challenging matchup against a motivated Washington squad. If the team can perform at the level it has demonstrated in recent weeks, fans have every reason to believe that Philadelphia is not just competing for the NFC East crown, but is building the confidence and cohesion needed to make a serious run toward the Super Bowl. As the Eagles prepare to face the Washington Commanders on Saturday, the focus naturally shifts to the key factors that will determine the outcome of the game. One of the most critical aspects for Philadelphia will be maintaining offensive consistency. After showing glimpses of brilliance against the Raiders and Chargers, the team is now tasked with sustaining that level of play against the Commanders team that, despite missing its starting quarterback for the season, has shown resilience and flashes of potential. Jalen Hurts has proven himself capable of making decisive plays under pressure, using both his arm and legs to create opportunities for the offense. His leadership is a cornerstone for the team, and every snap he takes carries the weight of setting the tone for the rest of the squad. The Eagles' offensive line must provide him the protection needed to execute the game plan efficiently, allowing the running game to flourish and giving Hurts the space to make the throws that have energized the fan base over the last few weeks. Philadelphia's offense has been carefully balanced in recent contests, mixing a strong ground game with calculated aerial attacks. Saquon Barkley's contributions on the ground are critical, not just for gaining yards, but for maintaining the offensive rhythm that has become a hallmark of the Eagles' recent success. Complementing him, the receiving core has shown chemistry with Hurts, stretching defenses vertically and horizontally to create mismatches. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and other key targets provide options that force defenses to account for multiple threats simultaneously, which in turn opens lanes for explosive plays. Against Washington, this balance will be tested, as the Commanders have focused on shoring up their offensive line and improving defensive matchups to compensate for the absence of Jaden Daniels. The Eagles will need to remain sharp, capitalize on mismatches, and avoid letting the game slip into a slower, more methodical pace that could favor the Commanders' defensive schemes. Defensively, the Eagles are entering this matchup with a sense of purpose. Vic Fangio's unit has demonstrated resilience and discipline throughout the season, but Washington presents a unique challenge. Marcus Mariota, stepping in as quarterback, brings mobility, experience, and a keen understanding of the game that makes him a threat both in the passing and running game. Containing him requires precise gap discipline, awareness of potential designed quarterback runs, and a relentless pursuit from the defensive line. The Eagles' pass rush, already formidable, will need to adjust to a Commanders' offensive line that has improved significantly over the past year, allowing fewer pressures and giving Mariota the time to make plays. Players like Fletcher Cox and Haason Reddick will be instrumental in disrupting timing, collapsing the pocket, and forcing Mariota into difficult decisions under pressure. The defensive backfield, led by Quinnen Mitchell and Cooper Dean, must remain vigilant, ready to counter both deep threats and subtle route combinations that can stretch the field in test coverage schemes. Key matchups in the secondary will also demand attention. Quinnen Mitchell, coming off an impressive season of lockdown coverage, will face off against Washington's most explosive receiving threats. His ability to maintain tight coverage, contest catches, and minimize separation will be a focal point of the game. Cooper Dean's role in the slot will be equally crucial, particularly in containing versatile playmakers like Deebo Samuel, who can shift position from the slot to the outside and create mismatches with speed and physicality. Stopping these players is not merely about individual skill, but about team coordination, communication, and anticipation, ensuring that defenders are in the right place at the right time and that the Commanders cannot generate momentum through big plays. The running game is another major factor that cannot be overlooked. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt has been a standout for Washington, combining vision, speed, and power to exploit holes created by his offensive line. If Philadelphia fails to contain the run, the Commanders could control possession, dictate the pace, and keep the Eagles' offense off the field, disrupting the rhythm that has been so carefully developed in recent weeks. Tackling discipline, pursuit angles, and gap integrity will all be tested as the Eagles work to neutralize Merritt and force Mariota into predictable passing situations. This requires the defense to be both aggressive and smart, balancing risk with control to avoid big plays while still applying enough pressure to alter the Commanders' offensive strategy. Beyond individual matchups, team cohesion and mental resilience will play a significant role. The Eagles have battled adversity throughout the season, including short weeks, grueling travel schedules, and the pressure of high-stakes games. These experiences have forged a sense of toughness and adaptability, qualities that will be critical against a Washington team that, despite its record, is far from a pushover. The ability to maintain focus, execute under pressure, and adapt to the flow of the game will determine whether Philadelphia can sustain the momentum they have built in recent weeks. This is particularly important given the historical context. The NFC East has not seen a repeat divisional winner since 2004, and the opportunity to make history adds an intangible layer of intensity to the matchup. Every player, every coach, and every play contributes to this narrative, and the Eagles will need to rise to the occasion both mentally and physically. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Philadelphia is buzzing with speculation after an explosive statement from Howie Roseman, the Eagles' general manager, that has left fans and pundits alike questioning the future of one of the team's most talked-about players. During what was initially expected to be a routine press conference, Roseman broke the usual corporate script, declaring, with unmistakable finality, that this player will never wear an Eagles jersey again. The remark, delivered with palpable intensity, immediately sent shockwaves through the locker room and across social media, where speculation began almost instantly. Sources close to the team suggest that tensions between the front office and the player have been simmering for months, fueled by disagreements over performance expectations, attitude, and possibly even contract negotiations. While neither party has confirmed the specific details behind the fallout, insiders hint that this is more than a mere disciplinary action. It could signal a long-term split that reshapes the team's roster in ways fans might not yet fully grasp. Analysts are already debating the potential ripple effects, which players could be promoted to fill the void, how the locker room dynamic might shift, and whether this sudden declaration could impact the Eagles' strategy in upcoming games and trades. The timing of Roseman's statement adds an extra layer of intrigue. With the season underway and the team's performance under close scrutiny, the GM's choice to make such a public pronouncement raises questions about the underlying issues that prompted it. Is it a tactical move, a warning to other players, or the culmination of a personal feud? Fans are left to speculate, poring over past games, interviews, and social media posts, hunting for clues that might reveal the identity of the player at the center of this storm. Meanwhile, sports talk shows, podcasts, and online forums are alive with theories. Some suggest the player in question has been underperforming or challenging team authority behind the scenes, while others speculate that contract disputes or off-field controversies might have finally reached a breaking point. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. Roseman's words have sent a clear message. The Eagles' front office is willing to take drastic action to protect the team's culture and performance standards, signaling to fans and players alike that no one is untouchable, no matter their status or past contributions. As the rumors continue to swirl, one certainty remains. Philadelphia sports fans are bracing for a major shakeup, and the identity of the player in question has become the hottest guessing game in town. Will the Eagles move swiftly to fill the gap? Or will this mark the beginning of a more profound transformation in the organization? For now, the city waits, eyes wide and ears tuned, for the next chapter in a drama that promises to redefine the team's season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.